just a different band now. It's almost like uncomfortable to go back to how we were because it's a strange emotional place for me to go back to that.
Silverchair, one of the most acclaimed and successful bands in Australian music history. More #1 albums in their homeland than any other Aussie band.
Silverchair.
Frog Stomp, we were killing it.
The way it exploded,
it wasn't Beatlemania, but
kind of divided the country.
We so hated
15-year-old Kurt Cobain.
being called faggot and being beaten up, and
he was anorexic.
On lots of antidepressants.
you know, then got sick.
He looked like death.
6 months ago, perfectly fit.
I couldn't even walk.
It just seemed like it escalated so quickly.
All three of us were pretty ready to just step back from it all.
I really did start to feel a bit Yoko Ono-ish.
You know, Silverchair could be over.
This is where we've been for it's been about 4 weeks so far recording.
I was well when I was writing, but I was quite destructive. I was quite out of control. Vomited. We were funding it ourselves and we'd gone over time and over budget.
It was definitely a struggle.
Daniel's like, well, can you fix it?
There was tension between me and Nick and Scott. I just felt like it sounded more like Nick's record than mine.
I don't think he's the man for the job.
The album it's taken 4 years to make. That'd be good.
3 years and it is good. I expected it to be bigger than it is in America.
I think the Americans still think that we're the teenage grunge sensation from Australia.
I want to hear what he wrote when he was 14.
I like the new album a lot, but it's not as good as their second
They're
one.
not just a band with a frog on their cover.
Never had a song do this well in the States.
It's a nice metaphor for touring. The unexpected highs and lows, the dips, the twists, the turns.
We're probably working harder now than we've ever worked.
We haven't really done lengthy tours and lots of promo for quite a few years. I think you just forget.
Ben only went to bed about 4 hours ago.
Lots of promo and lots of touring and not much sleep.
He's encountered laryngitis.
You could tell that he wasn't well.
It's going to be the thing that ends everything. I'm not in trouble. I'm not in trouble. I've escaped from so many paparazzi in this car before.
Developed a healthy cynicism.
It's something that I fought against for so long when I was a kid. Alleged smoking buddy, that's hard!
Garrett Bono reference, which was just an offhand remark talking about smoking and joint.
Everyone knows that I smoke pot.
Well, this is rock and roll, isn't
But
it?
I don't really care anymore.
I don't know what it is with this band. It seems that at many crucial points something seems to happen.
We just fight through it.
We always seem to do it the hard way.
It's all part of the story.
All right, as you were. I mean, musically it sounds right, but it's just, I can see how it just interrupts it a bit too much.
Yeah, it feels really good when Ben plays through that bit.
Well, we finished recording the record, and there was tension between me and Nick and Scott. Not in a bad way, but we were all very mentally fragged out. It was very, Nick would come in at 12 or 11 or 12 in the day, and he'd usually leave about 10 or 11 at night and be cutting tapes and doing his crazy scientist stuff, and then he would leave, and because we were so over time and over budget, me and Scott had worked from when he left from 11 till like 5 in the morning, like constantly doing BVs and getting stuff down and making sure that my vision was realised as well as Nick's kind of sonic vision, how he wanted the band to be playing. And then, we started mixing. Nick started mixing the record, and I just didn't feel like it was, after everything that we'd been through with, recording for that long and butting heads and going to Prague and recording with Van Dyke Parks. It was like a huge journey artistically and emotionally, and everyone was pretty losing the plot. And Nick started mixing, and I just, the mixes were great and everything. I just didn't feel like it. I felt like it was going more down the avenue that Nick wanted it to go down, because when you're mixing, that's the final approval of everything, and I just felt like it sounded more like Nick's record than mine. So we had a little break, and I just thought just not right. You know, it was no disrespect to Nick. I think he did an amazing job, but it wasn't how I envisaged it sounding. It didn't sound like how I wanted it to sound.
I mixed it in Metalwork Studios in Toronto here. Daniel came here. It was cold for him, but he put up with it. Working with Daniel is kind of, for me, it's real great because he likes. I think we have a good relationship. I like what he does, and he likes what I do.